The character matrix is a visual representation that allows students to see items and traits that belong to a person or concept. When used in an English class, it allows students to see a character and the many traits that that character exhibits. This visual representation organizes information in a manner that makes knowledge of the characters easily accessible to students as well as understandable. The character matrix grid is organized with character traits along the top and characters along the sides. You could make many adaptations to this grid. For example, you could make it completely visual and add pictures of characters along the character side as well as pictures of characteristics along the top. Or you could use words on both sides. You can have students draw on the inside with smiley faces to say that the person has that trait, or with sad faces to show that the person does not have that trait. You could even use check marks or X's to show that that person has a trait or not. For more complex usage, you could have the students write yes or no in the boxes. To make it more complex for students, you could even write no and have the students write a rationale for why they picked that response. In a lesson, I would probably use this for a high school audience. In this lesson, students will work in groups of 3 or 4. This allows English language learners to work in a low anxiety setting where they are supported by their peers and they can practice their English without judgment. Once the students are done consulting each other and have filled out the chart, the teacher can ask students to point out connections between characters, such as what the characters have in common or how the characters are completely different. The instances where the student gets varying answers on the traits a character exhibits can be used as a teachable moment, a moment where they get to discuss between themselves how they arrived at their answer and why their answers differ, where they can change their perception of the character, reaffirm their answer, or correct a misunderstanding. This grid can lead to fruitful discussions about gender in the Odyssey, the differences between gods and mortals, the differences between the epic hero and all the other characters, as well as differences between static and dynamic characters. All the possibilities are endless. In this diagram, I have picked the traits wrathful, leader, loyal. If wrathful is too complex of a word, angry is a suitable substitution. It depends on how advanced your students are or not. I have also used vocabulary terms on the side instead of traits, which is also helpful if you want to integrate vocabulary into the lesson.